It's time for back to school. In our September virtual training, you will hear about a teacher who is using mobile devices in the classroom and a therapist who is using devices in her therapy clinic. We will also share with you some great apps and quick tips for teachers and therapists. Thanks for joining us.
Susan, a speech-language pathologist at an outpatient rehabilitation clinic, provides services for children birth to 21 years of age. She says, our clinic has an outpatient and in-house ABA program, so many of the children that she provides services for have an autism diagnosis. She tells us that she uses technology in her practice as an augmentative communication device, as well as for reward and reinforcement of concepts taught during therapy. She loves to use Proloquo Go. She says that it's very easy to use and to teach a child and the parent. The vocabulary can be increased by the therapist and the parent as needed. When it's loaded onto the iPad or the iPod, it's easy to transport and it looks appropriate in the community, since many other students and children are carrying these devices into stores and schools and offices. She says that children have a desire to communicate, and to give them access to do so is so exciting for them. She commented about a child that she had in a clinic that has been attending for several years. He was one of her first children to be introduced to Proloquo Go. When he first came to the clinic, he communicated by sounds and squeals and temper tantrums. He used only a few words, and these were produced in a quiet voice that could barely be heard. First, the device was programmed with highly motivating items such as toys and snacks. But as he became proficient in its use, more vocabulary was introduced, so he could not only request but greet people, make comments, and ask questions. Now this child has begun to speak verbally in short phrases. And she says that they're now using the app to increase in sentence length and syntax skills. She has another student that's 12 years old when he came to the clinic, and he was nonverbal, and his mother took pictures on her phone of things he liked. He requested activities and objects by searching her pictures for what he wanted. It was frustrating and time-consuming. His mother wanted to find a more efficient way for him to communicate, so, you guessed it, Susan taught the family how to use Proloquo Go. In addition to communication apps, she often uses apps for reinforcement of other skills. For children working on articulation, she likes the app Articulation Station. She loves that the app has photographs of items that are arranged by sound or process, and they can be easily personalized for each child's use. She says it also provides a way to keep tally of the child's responses, so the therapist can have documentation of progress. When working on answering questions, Susan likes to use Autism iHelp apps. These apps also have photographs, and the difficulty level can be set for each particular child's needs. Susan commented that although technology can never replace an actual therapist and her experience, the use of technology as an enhancement within therapy is useful. Many children are interested and engaged when presented with technology and are motivated by its use. When Patrick first held an iPhone, it was a little over 7 years ago. He knew that the first time he held it, that the device would change the way he taught in the classroom. Now, just 7 years later, the iPad is just one of the tools he uses in his classroom to reach as many students as he can. The iPad is unique in the fact that the interface is so understandable to many different students. Trackpads, mice, and other interfaces require a degree of hand-eye coordination that can be difficult for many students with disabilities. Patrick says that the iPad's touch interfaces are immediately understandable. The cause and effect of touching the screen and having an action happen is exactly what many students want to do with a computer. Having a large surface available for interacting creates a unique student-device relationship. Patrick has found that the most useful apps for students are those that are open-ended. He says that you will find a ton of apps that are out there, what he likes to call drill and kill, endlessly reviewing facts or information, and while they may be good rewards and keep students engaged, they are not what Patrick recommends when looking at an app, which here at Bridging Apps we would have to say this, we'd have to agree. iDevices, whether an iPod Touch, an iPhone, an iPad mini, or an iPad, give students unique ways to interact with content. Patrick's students use iDevices to take pictures, then use apps like Sketch or Doodle Buddy to annotate and talk about them. He says they use apps like VoiceThread to create picture slideshows with audio, Creative Book Builder to make books with embedded audio and video, as well as Teaching Table to practice math concepts. One of the huge advantages of the iPad is that he can have a world of content and manipulatives available to him in one device. Patrick says he's also transformed how he accomplishes many tasks. As a teacher, he uses Evernote to store pictures, annotate them with Sketch, and use Penultimate to create sketches. He uses apps like Educreations and ScreenChomp to create visuals and explain concepts to students on the fly. Class Dojo, which we'll be talking about later today in this virtual training, it's a company website, allows him to quickly reward students for on-task behavior in a public and positive way. He also uses apps like AudioBoo or SoundCloud, and he finds that they give him the opportunity to record students reading. Using the app Record of Reading for iPad, he can take running records of students and keep them close to him. So there are just a lot of apps that Patrick likes to use, and he shares more in his blog. If you're interested in reading his full success story, you can find it on our Bridging Apps website.
Hi everyone, this is Amy Berry with Bridging Apps, and in this video segment, I'm going to share some of our favorite back-to-school apps for teachers and therapists. Pinterest is great for getting ideas for setting up your classroom, and therapists can even use the app for resources. Pinterest is a must-have visual and social app for teachers and therapists, used for the discovery and curation of content. There are endless uses in education. The app is free and it's compatible with iOS and Android devices. For teachers and therapists, Pinterest helps them discover and plan things they want to do in their classroom and with students. When a user finds something that looks interesting, they pin it to a board. With Pinterest, teachers can curate content, organize ideas, collaborate with others, and even allow students to pin ideas and sources. Therapists can use Pinterest to gather ideas for treatment. It is an excellent resource for speech, language, and OT. Bridging Apps highly recommends Pinterest to everyone. Happy pinning! Another one of our favorites is Remind. Remind Safe Classroom Communication is an excellent app for communicating with parents throughout the school year. Remind Safe Classroom Communication is perhaps the most innovating and must-have app and service for teachers in 2015. The app is free and it's compatible with both iOS and Android devices. Remind enables teachers to send out mass emails and texts to students and parents without exposing their own private number or numbers of all the people being contacted. Remind is super easy for teachers to set up It takes about 15 minutes or less, and it's well worth the time and the effort. So as a parent, I am demonstrating what I see on my end of the Remind app. In the settings, you have your account information. You can choose your notifications, push, SMS, or email. And yeah, you can also receive text messages if you prefer, instead of receiving your messages through the actual app. So that's convenient. This is my kids, what they have currently. They're teachers that are using Remind. And not only just teachers, but also coaches are using it as well. My daughter's JV cheer coach uses it to send out notifications about games and practices. My son's third grade teacher uses it. My daughter's junior high math teacher uses Remind. And also my son that's a senior in high school, they have an account and send out notifications about upcoming events, money that's due, and just different things that are going on with the senior class. So to add a class, as a parent, you simply touch Join a Class and type in the code that the teacher gives you and join. And then you have your news feed, which shows all of the notifications that have come through. The top one, as you can see, last night my daughter got a notification about homework. And really, this app has endless possibilities. Teachers can use it for everything from tests, quizzes, picture day, field trips. My daughter last year, her percussion ensemble teacher also used it as reminders about upcoming events. So yes, this is absolutely fabulous. Extra awesome if you are a parent that has multiple children and want all your info in one place. Using this app reduces all that paper that comes home through folders and just makes life a ton simpler. Another thing is that the Remind does allow message attachments, so they can include JPEGs, docs, or PDFs. Also, another great feature for teachers is that allows a timer to be set so that messages can be scheduled for later times. And Class Dojo is fabulous for classroom management. Classroom Dojo is an excellent reward and behavior tracking app that targets individual student behavior, successes, and failures while facilitating a dialogue between teachers, parents, and students. The app is free and it's compatible with both iOS and Android devices. Classroom Dojo includes everyone in this process through a visual app. The app and website track all the day's ups and downs for students and parents to check daily through the website or their app. All that's needed is a Dojo account, which is free. You simply download the app and then add the class and the grade. Super easy for teachers. And I am going to view, I'm going to show you how a teacher might use the app. The teacher can use it for attendance, and it's really easy. You can mark, this is a sample of the class, mark the ones that are absent, and save it. You can add photos. I'm going to go in here. As a teacher, if you can do whole class feedback. So if everyone in the class is participating, you can say everyone's participating, on task, and then the needs work areas are unprepared, off task, talking out of turn. Again, this is all the whole class feedback, and then for individuals, you're going to do the same. And at the end of the day, or actually throughout the day, parents can view it to see what's going on. And then they can stay on top of things. Let me show you another one, another report card, how that works. The tracking is just super friendly. It has completely revolutionized the old school sticker chart, and it can be utilized to track class behaviors for self-contained students. It can be used on field trips because it's mobile. Teachers can use it on their mobile device, even while they're conducting outdoor lessons. This app is also wonderful for individuals in social skills programs. It has aided in reinforcing positive behavior while making negative behaviors visible and tangible. Class Dojo has helped assist students with their self-empowerment. They're able to determine what is socially acceptable and develop habits that obtain those positive affirmations. The app is easy to use because it provides all the same features found on the website, and we just love it. We have used this, seen this used in classes firsthand, and also as a parent. My daughter's teacher used it last year, and we were able to just log on every single day, every evening, and find out whether she had been prepared for class, if she had turned in her homework. It was really easy for us to check, but the best part about it is that it is very easy for the teachers to use throughout the day. And feedback is instant. Check out all of our back-to-school teacher and therapist apps by visiting BridgingApps.org. Click Find an App from the App Search tool, and then you can go to App Lists and Back to School Teacher and Therapist App List. Click See All, and you'll find our complete list of apps for teachers and therapists, most of which have been reviewed by us.
Do you have some apps that you use that you can share with us? Let us know. We are a community of people, and our virtual trainings are just a way for us to share together. We hope you'll join us for our next virtual training in October, covering seniors and older adults. Remember to look for us here on the first Wednesday in October. And if you found something that you can use for your classroom, go ahead and click the like button on this video. Go to our YouTube channel where you could subscribe and find other videos and virtual trainings just like this one. Until then, you can contact us by email, Google+, Facebook, or reach us by phone. We also have a Facebook page and a Pinterest page, and you can always find us on Twitter.